Welcome back to the Statesmen Insider. I'm Lori Beth Milton, and we're on Ferris Field, where the Statesmen split today's doubleheader with Arkansas Tech. In Game 1, they had a big win, and Kellen Bozeman had a lot to do with that. In 4 at-bats, he had 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and 1 run. Kellen, talk to us about the first game.
You know, we came out swinging the bats well. We saw the ball well. We were hitting fastballs all over the park, and we got great pitching from Josh Brandstetter, and we played the way we want to play.
In Game 2, they threw a lefty, and we couldn't get our bats going. Talk us through Game 2.
Yeah, they threw a lefty in Game 2, and our approach stayed the same. You know, we're not trying to do anything different. We're trying to stay back and drive the ball the other way hard. That guy did a good job of keeping us off balance, and they did a good job of making plays.
It's important that we win Game 3 tomorrow so that we can get back in the #1 spot in the West, but it's also important because it's senior weekend. Talk about putting the motions aside and focusing on the big game.
You know, it is a big day tomorrow in 2 aspects. On the field, of course, we can, put a good grip hold on first place in the West, and also it's senior day, and myself and 9 other seniors will be, coming on this field for the last time and playing. And it'll be emotional, but we'll have to put that aside before the game, and hopefully we can channel that into a great day tomorrow.
Kellen, tell us what your fondest memory has been here at Delta State.
Of course, being with all my teammates and just locker room camaraderie and that. But as far as a specific game, I really go back to the Southern Arkansas series 2 years ago. We came in there either tied or down by 1 game for the West, and came in against a good Southern Arkansas team, and pulled out 2 out of 3 of that series and won the West. I think that's my fondest memory.
Thank you, Kellen.
Thank you.
Standing by with head coach Kinnison is our very own Jimmy Smith.
Thank you, Lori Beth, here with head coach Mike Kinnison. Coach, Game 1, 12-3, Game 2, 2-1. Seems like the offense in Game 1 couldn't carry over to Game 2. What do you kind of chalk that up to? Left-handed thrower, Parker, very good pitcher as a freshman, but was it him being good or just us not that great against left-handers?
Well, I certainly give him credit, first of all. He kept us off balance and changed speeds and made some good pitches to our hitters when he needed to. But certainly I think we our own worst enemy in those cases. Too many called third strikes, too many routine fly balls we just lift into the air. And the bottom line is our hitters just didn't make adjustments in Game 2. Proud of the effort that Aaron Newcomb gave us. I thought he threw very well. Second weekend in a row we haven't supported him on a good pitching effort, and he throws good enough to win, and we can't come up with a big hit.
Coach, Game 1, 12-3, could do no wrong. Obviously, it was a great start for Josh Brandstetter. Again, he went as far as you needed him to go. The offense obliged with a big hit, grand slam from Michael Neiman. Bozeman had 3 RBIs. As I said, could do no wrong. What was the approach there in Game 1? And coming out on this final series for the seniors, it seemed like they grabbed us by the horns and got us a big win in Game 1.
Well, all the things that went well for us and we did in Game 1 didn't show up in Game 2. We did get the timely hits. We hit in the clutch. We added runs. We extended leads. And it just seemed like in Game 2, every time we began to set the table and get that opportunity, we'd run ourselves out of it, or we wouldn't get the hit, or we'd pull off a pitch and pop it up. So we just left too many runners on base. Game 1, I thought the vibe was positive with our hitters. They were swinging the bat, kind of feeding off each other, and it was a kind of a contagious thing. Confidence kind of brewed a little bit, and just never could get to that point in Game 2.
Coach, in Game 2, Aaron Newcomb, 2 mistakes, back-to-back home runs for Arkansas Tech. That wins the baseball game for them, and it comes early in the game, and you left him out there. What did you see from Aaron Newcomb that gave you the idea that he was going to be okay back in the – because really, in all honesty, pitched perfect the rest of the game.
He did, and I told him, in front of our team that it was just tragic that he didn't, again, get the support he needed. He just left 2 pitches up, having to be back-to-back. Aaron would be the first to tell you that he didn't locate those pitches down in the zone where he wanted to. And it happens. It's just that when you don't hit, you have a very thin margin for error, and we couldn't overcome that. But I thought his stuff was good. His breaking ball was nice, still had a lot of bite on it. And, he regrouped. That's what you look for. You want to see him regroup and get back in the zone, and he did. So I had a lot of confidence even after the 2 pitches he didn't locate well.
You have some of the most important players on this particular team and some of the most important players for 3 years past being recognized tomorrow. Michael Neiman, Kellen Bozeman, Will McGinnis has been huge as a senior. Patrick Strack, monstrous. Guys that have given you 4 years, guys that have come back from injuries, guys that have been through it all with you in the battles, in the trenches. It's got to feel good to send them on their way.
Well, I appreciate what they've done here, and as you said, you summarized it very well. They've had their ups and downs and battled through a lot of things, but they've been good leaders for us. Some of those guys have been here in the program 5 years, and some of them are junior college transfers, have been here for 2 or 3 years. But regardless, they all leave their mark. They all have made a great contribution to our program. Some really good players there. Michael Neiman, Kellen Bozeman, they'll leave here with some numbers and some things that distinguish them as kind of a cut above, and players who are have really made their mark on the program, so to speak. And we can name a lot of those guys. It just goes right on down the line, and I'm proud of every one of them, and they've all made great contributions.